All right, Army of Two, the 40th day. I'm joined by Ryan Davis, as always.
I'm over here.
Hey, Ryan, all the way across the room. And I've got Matt Turner, producer from EA, here to show us the game. How you doing,
fist
sir?
pumping, but you can't see me.
We'll see some fist bumps in here. Let's see some
I'm also
in-game.
fist pumping.
See some
Pull it
broing
down.
Bro it up.
So I'm going to kick it off by jumping into the weapons customization for you guys
Okay.
and kind of showing you what that looks like and where we're going with it. I'm gonna cheat here, so maybe you guys can cut that out. I'm going to go quiet right now. There we go. So we're going to jump into weapons customization. And I'm going to show you. So first of all, you can now go into weapons customization anytime in the game you want, as long as you're not in combat. So it's like specific points. It's really when you have your money and you want to spend it. So if Ryan comes over to me here and hits A, we'll jump into it, and I'm going to give myself some money. So the idea here, kind of what we're talking about, is this idea of Lego with guns. So basically what that means is any part of any gun within a class can be mixed and matched with any part of any other gun in that same class. So if I jump on, say, for example, the M416 here, I'll buy that guy, and then I'll go into it. I can put the SCAR barrel on there, the G36 barrel, the AK-47 barrel, any barrel that I want. And not only does it have, obviously it changes the look of the gun, but it's also gameplay as well. So if a heavier barrel will give you more damage, and your handling will decrease, and vice versa for a lighter barrel. So I got a QZB barrel and M4 barrel. I've also got these other parts that are not unique to guns. They're just unique to the world. So you find them in certain places, or for accomplishing certain things, or accomplishing certain tasks a certain way. You'll get parts from people in the world, and these are these ones that you're seeing here. And again, these all have gameplay ramifications as well. So I'll take that guy right there. Jump into the cartridges. Again, the magazines have the same kind of gameplay ramifications. Big ones will give you more ammo, obviously, but they might be a little heavier, so your handling will go down. And you've got these big kahunas like this guy, which obviously give you tons of ammo, but your handling will go way down. If we go to the stocks, the same thing. Move through them. We have also ones that are exclusive to the world. You can find in places like this guy right here. Then go into the suppressors, and this will affect your precision and your damage, as well as give you other stuff like these cool homemade bayonets we've got here to screw, or you can put a real bayonet on there. And those have animations as well, so not just cosmetic. You actually, if you melee somebody with a bayonet, you will use the bayonet, which is fun. Then you get in there, you have screwdrivers and kitchen knives on there. Maybe toss in the old Coke can silencer.
So E for everyone, this one?
Yeah, exactly. And all these parts, like, they might look a little silly, but we've actually done a lot of research on like homebrew parts and stuff like that. And these are all, in theory, things people could actually do if they wanted to. If they needed to make something, they can use a Coke can silencer. There are some other ones in there that we found that were a little bit more disturbing, which one of them was a cat. So here we can put a sniper scope on your assault rifle. That also has major gameplay implications. Where here, obviously, from far away, you have a really powerful, really accurate machine gun. Up close, it'd be a little less effective because it would snap pretty tight on the enemies when you go into precision mode, and that'd be a little less useful for close quarters combat. So that's kind of I like it personally, but some people don't like it, so I usually go for it. Then you get the front mounts, you toss them on there, and you get stability for some added accuracy. And you get these big shields for a little bit more hit points.
Nice.
And you move through and you get stuff like these shotguns you can toss on there, or grenade launchers like that. And then you get obviously you can pimp the bugger.
Nice.
And we have about 20 other skins. We have camo and leopard print and zebra print. We have fun, making the gun represent you as a player in the space. What's cool about that also is that it's not only just like a fun to customize, but it's also intrinsically a co-op feature. So if I'm going to load out with this thing, which is obviously a wicked long-range gun with a nice long barrel, a scope on there, and I can launch grenades and stuff. That's going to be great for long-range combat. So my partner's going to want to load out with something a little bit more geared towards close quarters combat. So if we get into a hallway, maybe we're going to want to have that kind of capability.
Sure.
Anyway, so it's kind of fun to have that going on at the same time. So if we hit B here and jump out.
All right, so why don't you set up what's going on here? Where are these guys at, and what's the mission objective?
So we're back with Rios and Salem. They're in Shanghai. They're with their own private military corporation that they founded at the end of the first one, called Trans World Operations, or TWO, if you break it down. So they're in Shanghai doing a mission, and all of a sudden, when they were in there, business as usual, bam, the city gets invaded, and it's being attacked by some mysterious force. Rios and Salem don't know why. They don't know who they are, they just want to get the hell out of Dodge. And right now we're halfway through, we're getting through the Shanghai Zoo, which for us is a means to an end. It's the shortest route between 2 points. And so we're taking this path. that kind of idea of destruction is ongoing through the game. You can see Ryan shooting that already dead elephant, desecrating its remains.
Just make sure. It's the only way to be sure.
So you have that idea of kind of this ongoing disaster that's happening throughout the game, where, the city's crumbling around you. You see these big moments, buildings falling down, planes crashing, all this stuff. In a lot of games you get this kind of idea that all the cool stuff happened 10 minutes ago or 10 years ago, and you're kind of in the aftermath. Well, in Army of Two, the 40th Day, it's happening to you, and you're seeing it, and you're involved in it. And as you move through the city, it gets more and more destroyed. So as we come up here, we're going to activate this little trolley ride, and we're going to come to our first kind of encounter, and it's going to introduce the idea of pre-combat in Army of Two, which is kind of new to the franchise. The first one, the enemies existed in the world just to be shot by you, so you'd come in, they'd be waiting for you, you mow them down, and move on. And these enemies that are invading Shanghai, this mysterious force, they have a purpose outside of you. They're not there for you. They actually don't even know who you are. So when you come into their scene, you're actually invading their space and interrupting their missions. So it gives you this interesting dynamic of, first they're going to ask you to surrender if they see you. They're not going to shoot at you right away. And second, if you come in and they don't see you, you have a chance to kind of use these co-op moves we provide with you to try to start the encounter. So you can co-op snipe them, you can mock surrender, you can grab hostages and stuff, and all these different options. In this case, they don't see us, so I'm going to use my silent sniper rifle, and with a couple of well-placed headshots, I can probably take a couple of these guys out before we actually engage them.
What's that?
They won't hear us. They won't hear us.
Ah, there we go.
So just 1 second here. Let's go. Oh, he's taking a little break, checking out inside of that booth. Boom, one down. They're still not alerted to our presence. I'm going to move to the right. One more guy just chilling down there, looking at his gun. Little does he know, he's no more head.
So how aware of the situation are these guys? I mean, if their line of sight crosses a corpse,
if they look down there and their buddy's dead, they will alert. So
okay.
right now, if Ryan takes aim on the guy across the way here on the right, I'll take aim on the guy across the way on the left with your sniper rifle.
And then that one there.
Bingo.
Then you push it on your thumbstick.
No, what's going on?
Almost there.
Almost there.
Oh, I see.
Shabam. Line up his head.
Oh no.
Hasty shot there, but you're lucky I'm a deadly shot.
That's the unpredictable life of a mercenary.
Yeah, and playing co-op with someone who's a noob. Just kidding.
There is that.
So here we are dropping into this used to be Hippo pen using the infamous Dead Hippo cover, which flesh is very good for cover. It absorbs the bullets very nicely. No animals were harmed in the making of this game.
You guys been working with PETA on that stuff?
Well, we're hoping that they're not going to be too angry at us. So here we are. Obviously, aggro is still very prevalent in the game, and this is a good little place to use it, obviously.
Is that system pretty much unchanged from the first one?
It's refined a bit. We have a little bit more. It's a little more sensitive, and it's you can react a little bit more to it. But the fundamental aspect of it is the same. It's,
okay.
It's that same kind of MMO style thing, which is fun to play with. And these kind of suck grenade, bad guys. So we've worked a lot. Obviously, you can see the environments have been vastly improved. We've got mist in there. We've got smoke, a lot of particles. The textures are much richer, fuller in color. Just getting that sense of a living, breathing world that is ever changing and kind of has this sense of people do live there, and it's not just this plastic video game world. We've also that guy's injured, and he's going to try and call a cover. That brings me to my next point, which is the idea of symmetry between the enemies and the players. So any ability that we have as players, Ryan and I, the enemies have as well. So they can get down, they can crawl the cover, be healed by their buddies. They can use riot shields, they can step jump, they have all kinds of tactics they can use as well. So they really have a sense of being, again, living, breathing characters in the world, and they can use the world to their advantage, and kind of they have the same tool set as we do, so they're kind of more dynamic than they were in the past. As I mow these guys down with my unbelievable marksmanship, you can see that we really worked hard on the through the gun experience. So having that idea that the gun, the way the muzzle flashes, the sound of them, the way the bullets leave the chamber, the shells leave the receiver, even to the way that the NPCs react when you hit them, it kind of has this feeling of being a really powerful weapon that you're firing, and gives you that empowering sense of a mercenary. And see, that guy just went down pretty hard. I can pop this captain's helmet off here, maybe. No dice. I just killed him instead. Maybe I can pop his helmet off.
Oh, he's getting back up.
Oh, he's trolling it. See his
Do not let that happen.
depth of field there, and our sniper rifle you can see there. So there's a lot of details we've added to the game that are kind of just make it a little bit more of a rich environment.
And you guys are still on the Unreal Engine, is that right?
We are, yeah. We've obviously made some improvements there, optimizing, figuring out where we can add stuff and take away where we don't need it.
Sure.
That's kind of the beauty of working on the same engine as the sequel, and we know what we're capable of. We know what it takes to make it even better. See that little touch on the controls like that. Now we can switch sides. If I hit the right stick in, I get the angle change. So if I'm on cover, you can move it from side to side. This makes it a little bit more tactical that way. And you can see how my character's leaning into the wall there. It gives the player that visual indication that they're in cover, which they didn't have in the first one. Before, these kind of wherever you were ducked, you were in cover, which is kind of still the case. But now you get the visual feedback that yes, I'm in cover and I'm safe, or at least for the time being. I'm going to move up here and try and get a vantage point on these guys upstairs. As you saw there, that we can now pick up enemy guns. They are throwaways though, so as soon as you use the ammo that you pick up with them, then you toss them aside, because the idea there is that players are going to spend a lot of time in the in-game economy, upgrading their guns. They're not going to want to toss them away for something off the ground.
So you can't mod out the enemy weapons that you pick
Well,
up?
I mean, all the enemy weapons are available to be purchased anyway, so
Okay.
if you like one you pick up, then you can buy it and customize it.
Buy a fresh copy of it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's free in a pinch, or if you get in a situation where you would rather have a shotgun, you can pick it up and then use it.
Okay.
So we're going to move up here. That was kind of an example of some more open space. There's a lot of opportunity for cover and kind of flanking there. That was a shotgun blast to the chest. He's now dead. But here we're going to get an example of kind of some more range combat. So these guys are pretty heavily fortified in this kind of garage area. We're going to have to take some cover and use our long guns to try and get their forces down a little bit. And this guy's going to move in on us. So I can get him. Oh, how's your stomach now? Not good.
Apparently not that bad.
No, he's back though. He's back and he's angry. Oh no. No, he's dead. Get my sniper rifle engaged here.
So what's this little view in the upper right that keeps popping up?
That's the partner cam. So if our partner gets your sniper rifle, it'll automatically engage. We can always take it away or bring it in using the D-pad, pressing down. It just kind of shows you what your partner's up to and where he is in the world. So if you're ever curious and he's lost, or you want to figure out what's going on, it just gives you an indication of what he's up to.
Nasty.
Oh yeah. So you can see that we have the heads pop off when you get a nice headshot going on. If I can get this one lined up properly. Oh, you're sneaky. It doesn't matter.
Sheared that thing right off.
And we know these nice impulses, like I can knock his helmet off, and he gets a kind of a freebie, and then take his head off.
He didn't seem too concerned when he got shot in the head.
There's also this new thing, so flippable cover in the environment. So you can see that one's been turned over already. That was by an enemy. I can turn that one over if I get to it in time. I'll try to get to it here and show you. Those kind of exist anywhere where you can kind of turn the environment into a safe place for you. And there we go. Turn it on its side. And now I've got some cover.
So again, they have access to all
They
those
can,
cover
they can
points
use those too. So
well.
they have all those same tools that you do again. So they kind of have that kind of synergy with you. And I think we did pretty well there in mowing that little battalion down.
I think you're both still alive.
Yeah. I'm going to open up this next little mini boss fight kind of, where this is a shotgun heavy. We've revamped the heavies as well. They're not kind of just magically vulnerable from the back anymore. They actually have reasoning behind their vulnerabilities. This guy is heavily armored. To bring him down, to knock his helmet off and then shoot him in the head. That's his weakness. And so all the other heavies we have in the game have similar kind of, explained weaknesses. And I'm going to try and knock his helmet off. Oh, he's getting some good shots on me, though.
Oh, no!
He likes you. He likes you. Oh, here he comes.
I
Yeah,
don't
here's
care
some-
for him at all.
I hear some plaintive sounds coming
Oh,
from
yeah,
Ryan's
you know
side
what,
of the room.
I knocked his helmet off and mowed him down. So he comes at you a little quicker. He's a little bit more in your face, but then you have that kind of, you can, if you have a really good shot and take him off in the face, he'll go down, right? So it's you have that kind of, if you're really good, you're rewarded. And we'll kind of move forward here. And so that's kind of the one checkpoint we were showing at PAX, and that's what we're going to show you today.
Okay.
It's going to be out January 12th, 2010 is our street date on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Portable as well.
Very cool.
And you guys can all, this is a little little collectible there
Nice.
for you.
Before I let you go, I want to see what kind of broing options you have in this one.
They're not all in this build right
Okay.
yet, but we do have some brewing options available. If we've killed everybody, we should be able to do them. Let me see. No, it might be the straggler still somewhere, because you can't brew out until you've cleared up the zone.
Naturally.
Yeah. Safe brewing. Practice safe brewing out.
Hear that, Ryan? None of those dirty
let's
tricks
go,
like last
let's go
time.
jump into this next kind of gate here, and we can brew out in there. Practice safe brewing out, please, you kids out there.
There we go.
So if you, I'll hit the little, oh, what's up now? A little quick high five. And then we'll have some more of the funnier ones in there later on, but right now it's kind of just the basic brewing out we're doing.
All right, very cool. Well, Matt, thanks a lot
No problem,
for
thank
joining
you.
us.
Bingo.